Are you struggling to sleep after 50? Do you wake up several times during the night, feel like you're not getting enough rest, or get out of bed exhausted even after spending many hours asleep? What many people don't realize is that while you're sleeping, some of the most important processes for your health are taking place. That's exactly why certain natural drinks can become a valuable tool to help support better sleep in a simple and natural way. I'm Dr. Gabriel Mena, and today I want to explain why quality sleep is far more important than most people realize. When you get truly restorative sleep, your body uses those hours to perform essential tasks that cannot be completed as effectively during the day. Nighttime is when many of the body's most important physical and mental recovery mechanisms become active, directly influencing how you feel when you wake up. Think of your body as a large city. During the day, everything is in motion. You work, move around, make decisions, solve problems, and deal with situations that demand constant energy. But when night arrives, a different process begins. This is when your body takes advantage of the opportunity to restore, repair, and recover from the wear and tear of the day. While you sleep, your body supports immune function, participates in cellular repair, promotes muscle recovery, supports memory-related processes, and helps maintain balance across multiple systems. Even many of the positive adaptations that occur after exercise take place during nighttime recovery. Unfortunately, I see more and more people struggling to sleep well. Some stay in front of the television until late at night. Others spend hours scrolling on their phones or using computers before bed. Many eat dinner too late, live under constant stress, or go to bed with minds that simply refuse to slow down. Not long ago, I spoke with a 67-year-old patient who told me something I hear quite often: "Doctor, I'm exhausted all day, but when nighttime comes, my mind is still running as if it were 10 o'clock in the morning." Chances are that you, or someone close to you, can relate to that feeling. The reality is that poor sleep affects much more than just your nightly rest. Over time, it can influence mood, concentration, daily energy levels, and overall well-being. That's why so many people search for quick solutions in an attempt to regain healthy sleep. Some turn to melatonin supplements for extended periods without professional guidance. Others rely on sleep medications, believing that any type of sleep is good enough. However, it's important to understand that the goal is not simply to fall asleep. The goal is to support high-quality rest that allows the body to carry out its essential nighttime functions. Melatonin, for example, is a hormone involved in regulating the sleep-wake cycle. In certain situations, it may be useful for short-term use, but it is not necessarily the best long-term strategy for everyone. Likewise, some medications used to induce sleep may keep a person asleep for several hours, yet they still wake up feeling tired and unrest. You've probably heard people say, "I slept all night, but I still feel exhausted." That experience is more common than many realize. This raises an important question: are there natural options that can be part of a healthy bedtime routine? The answer is yes. Several traditional remedies have been used for generations and may complement healthy sleep habits. One of the most well-known is valerian root. Valerian root has long been used by people seeking relaxation before bedtime. Part of its popularity comes from natural compounds that interact with mechanisms related to nervous system relaxation. Among these is its relationship with GABA, a neurotransmitter involved in the natural processes that help the brain gradually slow down at the end of the day. Put simply, when evening arrives, your body needs to transition from a state of alertness into a state of calm. That transition is essential for sleep to occur naturally. This is why valerian root has remained a popular part of bedtime routines for decades. After valerian, chamomile is one of the most widely recognized sleep-supporting beverages. You've probably seen it in households for years, but few people understand why it remains so popular. Chamomile contains natural compounds, including apigenin, which has attracted attention for its connection to relaxation-related processes. For that reason, many people include chamomile tea as part of their nighttime ritual. Interestingly, many sleep support blends available today combine several of these natural ingredients into a single tea or infusion, allowing people to enjoy multiple traditional botanicals in one drink before bedtime. Another popular option is lavender. I'll share something personal. My wife absolutely loves it, while I've never been a big fan of either its aroma or flavor. Still, personal preferences aside, lavender has traditionally been used by people seeking a greater sense of calm and relaxation. Part of that interest comes from compounds such as linalool, which researchers have studied for its role in relaxation-related pathways. Many people report feeling calmer after consuming lavender or even simply smelling its fragrance. That's one reason it is often included in routines designed to ease stress after demanding days. I remember a 71-year-old patient who told me he had no trouble falling asleep. His challenge began much earlier. Every night he would climb into bed with his mind racing, replaying conversations, worries, and unfinished tasks. After making several adjustments to his evening habits and adding relaxation techniques, he noticed a significant improvement in how his nights began. That experience highlights an important point. Sometimes the problem isn't sleep itself, but the mental state we bring with us to bed. Now I'd like to talk about a plant that often captures the attention of people who wake up during the middle of the night. Passionflower. Passionflower contains natural compounds traditionally associated with relaxation and calmness. What makes it especially interesting is that it is often discussed by people who fall asleep without difficulty but struggle to stay asleep throughout the night. If you find yourself waking up at the same time every night, especially between 1 and 3 in the morning, pay close attention to this. Many people describe a very specific experience. They suddenly wake up and, instead of feeling sleepy, they feel surprisingly alert. They look at the clock and realize they still have several hours before it's time to get up. This pattern is often associated with excessive activation of stress-related mechanisms. It's as though the body continues operating in daytime mode when it should be focused on nighttime recovery. When this happens repeatedly, it becomes harder for the body to remain in the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep. That's why it's so important to focus not only on what you drink before bed but also on the overall balance of your daily habits. During the day, we need energy, focus, and responsiveness. At night, however, the body requires something completely different. It needs calmness, darkness, relaxation, and the right environment for recovery processes to take place. You can even observe this transition naturally during the day. For example, after a large meal, some people feel sleepy or relaxed. It's a reminder that the body is constantly shifting between different states depending on what it needs at that moment. However, the most important recovery window occurs at night. When that recovery period is disrupted repeatedly, the effects can extend far beyond simply feeling tired in the morning. Over time, poor sleep has been associated with a greater risk of numerous health challenges, including metabolic imbalances, difficulty managing body weight, changes in blood sugar regulation, stress-related conditions, and a decline in overall quality of life. That's why we should never underestimate the profound impact that quality sleep has on our overall health. When sleep remains disrupted for months or even years, many people begin experiencing symptoms that seem completely unrelated. Persistent neck pain, chronic back discomfort, constant muscle tension, fatigue, difficulty building muscle, digestive issues, frequent constipation, and recurring inflammation. In many cases, poor sleep may be quietly contributing to the bigger picture. That's why I always remind my patients that sleep should never be viewed as a luxury or an afterthought. Quality sleep is a fundamental biological necessity. It is a daily investment that affects nearly every system in the body. I can also speak from personal experience. Years ago, I went through a period when stress occupied far too much space in my life. I ignored many of the warning signs my body was sending me and eventually faced significant health consequences. That experience taught me something I have never forgotten. No schedule, worry, or responsibility is more important than protecting the physical and emotional balance that supports our health. When we talk about natural options such as valerian root, chamomile, lavender, and passionflower, we should view them as supportive tools. They may help encourage relaxation and complement a healthier sleep routine, but it is equally important to address the underlying factors affecting your rest. Sometimes the issue is accumulated stress. Sometimes it is worry that we have not learned how to manage. For some people, hormonal changes may play a role. For others, nighttime habits developed over many years may be interfering with sleep quality without them even realizing it. Recently, I spoke with a 69-year-old patient who had spent years searching for a quick fix. He tried different products and repeatedly changed his routine, yet he still felt exhausted. As we explored his situation more closely, we discovered something simple. He spent the last hours of every day feeding worries that he then carried into bed. As he gradually changed those habits and reduced that mental burden, his sleep began to improve. His experience reinforced an important lesson that I want to share with you. Recovery often begins when we identify the real source of the problem. While you work on those factors, incorporating some of these herbal infusions may be a practical and reasonable way to support the process. Many people prefer to start with traditional natural options before relying on long-term use of substances or medications, which should always be used under appropriate professional supervision when necessary. Most importantly, remember that sleep is much more than lying down and closing your eyes. During those hours, thousands of silent processes are working to support your energy, memory, physical recovery, and overall well-being. Every night gives your body an opportunity to perform extraordinary work that we often take for granted. And there is something I always tell my patients: sleep cannot be fully recovered in a single night. There is no magical night capable of undoing months or years of poor sleep. Sleeping well is a daily practice. It is a decision you make night after night, and its benefits accumulate over time. If you found this information helpful, I'd love for you to leave a comment and tell me which of these drinks you've tried or which one you'd like to add to your nighttime routine. Your experience may help many other people who are facing the same challenges. I also invite you to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with family members, friends, or anyone who struggles with sleep. Every day we publish new content designed to help you improve your health through practical, simple habits that can make a real difference. Before we finish, I'd like to leave you with a special thought. Take a moment to thank God for the gift of life, for this day you've been able to experience, and for the opportunity to continue learning ways to care for your health. Every new piece of knowledge is a tool that helps us make better decisions and appreciate even more the blessing of being here. Thank you for spending this time with me. Here on Dr. Gabriel Mena's channel, we are truly honored to contribute to your well-being and help you build habits that support a healthier life. Tomorrow, we'll have a brand new video prepared especially for you, filled with practical tips you can apply right away. I hope to see you again soon. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.